Oh, hi. Thanks for coming today, RB. My name is Kirsten.
Where should I sit?
Here's fine. What would you like to talk about today?
Well, my doctor thought it would be a good idea that I speak with a dietitian to help me with my weight.
Do you think this is a good idea?
Yes, I do agree. Actually, my wife and I were just talking about my college days.
RB, tell me more about that.
During my college days, I was on the track team, and so I was able to stay fit. At that time, I weighed 170 pounds. I would like to return to that weight.
So if I understand you so far, you would like to lose weight to be able to feel better?
Yes.
That's a great goal. I'd like to help you achieve that goal, and I'd like to start with you today. I'd like to first review your medical history, and please let me know if you have any questions about the information. There's a strong history of cardiovascular disease in your family, as well as high cholesterol. However, your lab work from your doctor's visit didn't show any abnormal results.
I'm concerned about my health at my age, knowing about my family history.
This is concerning. Your current weight is 215 pounds, and your body mass index is 30.8, which places your weight in the obesity category, which does increase your risk for cardiovascular disease and high cholesterol.
In the last year, I've realized that these risks were serious and I needed to take better care of my health. I'm not getting any younger, but it's hard to make change when life is so busy.
Changes can be difficult sometimes, and having a plan of action really makes a difference. Every day is different, and our feelings change with them. Most of the time, when we make choices just based on how we feel, we might not make much progress in changing. What do you think about that?
I guess that's true, but for me, it's because I don't have time. I rush to work in the morning, and then at the end of the day, the time seems to fly. I work on my next day's classes, and then there are the kids that need attention. I do enjoy making dinner. It seems like one of the only things that relaxes me.
So it sounds like most of the time feelings are not the driving factor with you. It seems like it's more about the lack of time. Could you tell me about your usual day and your normal eating habits?
Well, like I said, I'm in a rush in the morning, and so probably have time for breakfast about 4 times a week. I need my coffee and have a cup with some sugar as I get myself ready.
Okay, so you have little time to have breakfast.
I have some time. I like to get as much sleep as possible, and so don't leave much time for eating. I bring a sandwich from home for lunch. The cafeteria food at the school isn't great, and I like to enjoy my food.
I understand. Eating foods you like are important for anyone. Can you tell me what kind of sandwich you bring for lunch?
Homemade egg salad and chicken salad. Sometimes deli roast beef or salami. I usually buy a soda from the school vending machine to drink.
Can you tell me what kind of bread you use for your sandwiches usually?
Whole wheat, French bread, or rye. It depends on what I put in the sandwich. Whole wheat and salami just don't go together. I also add some lettuce, tomato, a little bit of mayo, and mustard.
Thanks. Those details are really helpful when we start looking at making small changes in your meal plans. What about dinner?
Dinner. That's the most important meal of the day. Being Italian, I enjoy serving up some pasta of any kind with a specialty sauce. Cheese sauces are the best, and we always include real cream and butter to add great flavor. A big plate of food is the end to a good day. Of course, olive oil, garlic is an essential, and we add a lot of salt and Italian seasoning. For meats, it's mostly beef and veal, but we'll have chicken or shellfish sometimes.
And what vegetables do you add to this wonderful meal?
Eggplant, squash, artichokes, asparagus, or beets. Of course, dessert is something rich, maybe pistachio ice cream or Italian pastry.
Do you have anything to drink with dinner?
Several glasses of wine. Now that I think of it, probably too much for a day's worth.
Are you aware of the limits of alcohol for daily consumption?
I know there are limits, but I'm not sure.
So it sounds like you really enjoy preparing your Italian dinners, and that gives you satisfaction. It also looks like you receive most of your calories from the evening meal.
I do like to go all out at dinner time and don't really watch my portions.
Thanks for this information. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Most of the meals we eat in the evening are based on recipes I found on the internet. I had a lot of fun finding those.
Great. So you like to research recipes that you like. That's very practical information. How about your exercise plan?
Unfortunately, I don't exercise. I know I should, but my day is so full and my job is mostly sitting and standing.
Time seems to have a big influence in your ability to make changes. You see the need to lose weight and exercise, and yet there seems to be no time for these. Your life seems so busy. This lifestyle pattern is called the fast pacer. It will be key for you to find ways to rebalance your life, to make time for your new goals.
I would like to find time to get healthy.
So based on the information you have given me, it seems like your moderate obesity is related to excessive calories, no physical activity, and lack of self-monitoring. And the evidence is seen in your BMI of 30.85 and self-reported diet history. Also, I believe the main problem is not having enough nutrition-related information related to your current eating habits, evidenced in your disordered eating pattern and your high-calorie dinner meal, which includes a lot of fat, salt, and alcohol.
What do you mean by disordered eating pattern?
Oh, it refers to your skipping breakfast and having more of your calories in the evening rather than spreading the calories evenly between all meals. Do you have other questions about the diagnosis?
No, I'm ready to lose weight, so I would like to start somewhere. What do you suggest?
Change is easier when you are motivated. It sounds like you are motivated to work on an initial goal or two. I would suggest looking at your diet and seeing where you can modify some meals to cut out some fat, salt, and alcohol. I would also suggest starting an exercise plan.
I'd be interested in looking up healthy versions of the recipes I use. I have internet access during the day and can use some of the time to do that.
That's a great idea. I can refer you to a couple of websites you can use that have Italian recipes with healthier ingredients, but retain the flavor and taste.
I wondered about that so I can cut calories and fat and still have food I enjoy.
Yes, and that's an important part of changing the way you eat. If you don't like it, you probably won't stick to it.
That makes sense. What are those websites?
Cooking Light, and Eating Well. If those don't give you what you are looking for, I can give you some other websites. Each recipe gives its nutrition facts at the bottom. I will give you a list of what nutrients to limit so you can compare the list to the recipes.
That seems easy enough.
So how many recipes do you think you can try out in the next 2 weeks?
I think I can try, 3. Is that enough?
That's a good start. I would like you to monitor your portion sizes for your dinner meal, or start adding a morning meal to your day. Which of these would you like to do for the next time?
I am focusing on changing recipes for dinner, so I will also watch my portions.
The information you will need is in this booklet. Here are pictures of portion sizes, and here are some hints about reading food labels. There are also alcohol limits listed on page 15.
Reading food labels seems complicated.
Yes, it can be, but for now, just focus on the nutrients we discussed, the fat, the salt, and alcohol and total calories.
I can do that.
I'm glad you got physician approval to begin exercising. Now you can start to add some exercise to your day or week. I would suggest either walking 15 minutes, 3 days a week, or finding something you enjoy and doing that 2 or 3 times a week for 30 minutes. I realize you mentioned your day is pretty full. So do you think you would be able to do this?
I have more free times on the weekends. I could walk for 15 minutes after dinner and see if my wife would go with me. I could do that Saturday and Sunday. My school schedule is lighter on Wednesday. I could go for a walk around the school during my conference period.
Sounds like you really want to make these changes. How confident are you that you can make these changes on a scale from 1 to 10?
I think an 8.
Great. Let me summarize the goals we just discussed. You will look up 3 healthy recipes on the websites I gave you and try them out within the next 2 weeks. Then you will walk for 15 minutes on Saturday and Sunday, as well as during your conference period on Wednesday for the next 2 weeks.
I'm writing this down, and that will help me remind me of these goals. I will work on these for the next 2 weeks.
I will give you my business card so that you can email me the links to the recipes you find. Next time we will discuss how things have been going, your meals, watching your portion sizes at dinner, and your exercise plan. I will also take your weight and measure your waist circumference.
I will tell my wife about my goals and will ask her for her support. I will expect some changes for the next appointment.
I will see you in 2 weeks on, how about September 15th? Does 4:30 p.m. fit into your schedule?
Yes, thank you for your help.
Thank you for coming in today. Again, don't hesitate to reach me with any questions.